Welcome. Thank you for volunteering with us to be an advocacy coach. Today, I'm going to show you how to configure your calendar to allow students to request a meeting with you in a window that fits your schedule. So this will be the calendar that students will see and be able to request a meeting with you. And these time slots will be something you can determine what should show for them to be able to select. And then they'll complete some information that will be sent to you, but we'll go through all that. Let's first just go ahead and start from the beginning. When you're ready to set up your calendar, you're going to want to head to acuityscheduling.com, or you could just Google Acuity Scheduling. And then you're going to want to click login and reset your password, which will show around here, and put your email address in that you signed up with us for. And then you can just reset your password here. And once you log in with the password that you set, you should see a page just like this for your account. Here's where you could ever change your password if you need to. So the first step that we can do to make your calendar fit your needs for when the student should see availability is to integrate any calendars that you have for work or for home. So to do that, you're going to head over here to sync with other calendars under the business settings menu on the left. And there's several different options that you can choose from depending on what kind of calendar you want to hook up to this. And I use a Google Calendar, so I'm going to go through those steps. And each process will be guided by Acuity. It will have its own little wizard it will guide you through. So you just follow along and allow Acuity Scheduling, which is a Squarespace app. So it's a pretty trusted publisher. So I'll allow it access to my Google Calendar. And this is not quite done here, but it's pulled over my calendar information. I'm going to select which calendar I want it to sync up with. So for this one, I've set an example calendar. It could be your work or your home calendar as well. And here, this setting is just going to say that whenever you have a meeting existing on your Google Calendar, it will mark your calendar here unavailable. The time slots will automatically not show up for any meetings that you already have scheduled in your integrated calendar. And this is if you want to, let's say you could add additional calendars. If you want more than one calendar of any type, like if I had more than one Google Calendar that's synced to the same Google account that I want to take away time slots, then I could select them here. And here you can just set any preferences around reminders, or whether you want the title to be visible or not if somebody else is to look at your Google Calendar and see your advocacy coaching appointment. Then I'll save my settings. So now my calendar is complete, my integration. When you set an appointment on your Google Calendar, the time slots that match will disappear. Okay, so if you had any other calendars, you could integrate them here as well. And then there's one more other important way to determine what time slot students can select for you, and that is by setting your availability. So after you've integrated your calendar, you can come over here to availability under business settings. And so this is the availability screen. You can click block off time anytime that you want to set a longer time frame. So you're going on vacation taking some time off. You can block off any time that you need to. And then you have a set schedule below. So for your set schedule, this will be every week. It can follow the same schedule, or you can uncheck that and set it by day. If you have a schedule that is not consistent, you may need to be more specific with your timeframes, or it's much easier though if you can set regular hours. So I'm going to recheck regular hours, and even if you have to really pare down your available hours, it will still be nice that it's on autopilot and it will just be these hours every week. You'll never have time slots outside of these hours showing on your calendar. So I'm going to set some times that if it were me, that I'd be available for meetings for the most part. And then you can just change that. And I'll just copy this. And you can change them per day, of course, if you need to. You can have your weekends open or not. If you have nothing in a day, it will be closed. If you delete the text out, they will not be able to schedule appointments on that day. So I will save my hours. And then you can also set limits to how many appointments can be scheduled with you. So there's a default setup that will be 3 per week. So if you forget to come in here, or if you don't need to adjust it further than that, you'll only have students able to schedule, any one student could schedule 3 appointments for you per week. Or you could set a maximum of 1 appointment from any student per day. Or you could change this, or you could uncheck it if you don't want to have limits and you're fine just having your availability set how many slots you have. But if you know that you may not be able to field as many as you might have available, but you still want to provide them options, this is a great way to do that. You can do whatever fits with your schedule here. Or if you want, you can just turn off all of the limits and accept until you're fully booked. Okay. So I have saved my availability and my calendar is integrated. So now when I am going, and this link will be available to students, so they'll be able to click onto your specific calendar and request an appointment with you. And they'll only have the time slots available that you have provided. And there's also a default amount of time out that they can schedule appointments for. So you'll see that it's not starting right away. We can adjust that based on when we start inviting students, and you can always reach out to us if you feel like things are being booked too close, or if you're just having any issues at all with the way that appointments are being made. Definitely let us know, and we will work on our settings to make it work for everybody. Okay, so here you can see that there's some appointments scheduled. We'll go over, I'll make another video for how you'll see appointments come through, but this was just going to be to set up your calendar and to get started. So now I have my calendar integrated. Remember, you could always come back here and add more if you need to, and let us know if you have any questions about if you run into any issues with that. And you can always come back and set your availability in here. If you need to tweak it, you can make any changes you need and save them. And aside from being able to block off time in the availability tab, you can also always, on your home screen here, you can set a block this way. If you're just trying to do something really quick and you just want to log into your Acuity scheduling account, maybe bookmark this in case you ever need to make adjustments. and you can set your one-off blocks of time as you need to. Well, thank you so much, and I will put another video in at the bottom of that onboarding guide to help you see where student appointments will come in and how you can meet with them.